Hello, hello, and hello to all of my Geminis. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get into it, Geminis. Let's see what your cards have to say. Let's see what your cards have to say, Geminis. Geminis, we are currently in a first quarter moon in Taurus. First quarter moon in Taurus. Somebody is replaying the past over and over and over again. Here we have the Five of Cups. I want to show you what I'm looking at. We also have the Ten of Pentacles. So there is hope. You're moving towards your legacy wealth. We also have the Death card. Something somebody did from your past like really stung you like a scorpion sting. Here we have the Four of Cups and also the Ten of Swords. So something had to happen. Like you all are a mutable sign. Your ruling planet Mercury is not retrograde, but it is post shadow retrograde, Gemini. So somebody must have done something to you that stung you like real deep, like a scorpion sting, like where you didn't want to get out of the bed. You were just drained emotionally, right? But you got new inspiration coming across your path, and that could come in a form of new love. It can come in a form of fresh ideas, something that gave you kind of a new spark, right? Something that just kind of made you want to get out of the bed. And so replaying the past over and over and over again is only going to drown out the new spark that's in your life. So hopefully that helps somebody, because your ruling planet, like I said, is not retrograde. It's post shadow. So that's like sources trying to get messages through to somebody. Somebody's going to have to open up their third eye and their spiritual ears to hear that something that is like, it's like being in a new romantic relationship, but still replaying the same emotions from the past relationship. So the new person is like, I'm standing right here, but I got to keep hearing about, or you zoned out emotionally about something that happened in the past. So this new energy has to work harder to, to prove to you that they're not going to burn you or emotionally drain you. Is that fair to them? No. It's one thing to be aware of what happened in the past, and hopefully you learned the lessons, but you got to be able to separate the two. This is just an example. It could have been multiple things that happened to you in the past, but again, that Five of Cups could have caused you to come across as pessimistic. Here we have the Six of Swords. We also have the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Wands, and also the Fool card and the Hangman. So, this is where you change your mindset from feeling like you were played like a fool, and be optimistic about your future moving forward, and also transitioning. You weren't delusional, you weren't going crazy about anything, you weren't losing your mind, none of that. You weren't losing your mind. This is where you have time to transition. This is where you have time to really think about some things. I see you moving on from things. I see you forgiving people, but I don't see you ever going backwards to that whatsoever. I do see somebody, here we have the Nine of Wands. I do see somebody on the other side of a long and arduous journey. A long and arduous journey of, interacting with some energies, right? And just moving on. The main thing is that you're trying to protect your heart. You're trying to protect your heart. And you're also, like I said, on the other side of all of this, you said, I'm turning away from my past altogether. Don't want any connections with it. Somebody's going to feel like a teenager again. In other words, every time somebody keeps giving air to, and I'm talking about like heated air, like heated discussion, heated thoughts about something, it's only causing problems in your current relationships with people who love you and have access to you, Gemini, or it's going to cause problems in the future. So this is not something, you're an adaptable sign. This is not something you want to adapt to. You want to put a manhole over the past and say, hey, I forgive whomever for whatever, but you have no access to me. Depending on how deep the sword wound was, or the blowtorch was, that should have given somebody some steam to move forward. As far get as far away from certain energies as possible. Certain energies that could just the energy. Every time you think about certain energies, it could be overwhelming. So here we have the Temperance card, we have the Sun card, we have the Nine of Swords, we have the King of Swords, we also have the Ten of Pentacles, and also also the Knight of Swords. Again, Knight energy is about you getting on your horse and getting as far away from anything or anybody that has cut you deep like a sword. Conversations, none of that. It may be real tempting to talk about certain things, but you don't want that kind of energy to come back on you. Here we have the Sun card. Somebody may need to get out in the sunlight and remove all that stale energy from your spirit. But I see you moving again towards legacy wealth. There's a lot which you can put your energy into besides, something that you left behind that really hurt you. Again, if you're in a new relationship and your new circle of energies that source is sending across your path want to know about your past, it's like this. That's off limits. That's easy. That's an easy fix. That's off limits. You can talk about it in a therapist's office, but that is not what you want to put out there in that universe. At least in a therapist's office, it's bound by confidentiality, right? Unless you're talking about certain other things, which is not bound by. But I do see you have a guardian angel that's helping you. Somebody who died is helping you, through this process, helping you to not feel like you made a foolish decision or feel embarrassed or ashamed by anything, because you shouldn't feel embarrassed or ashamed, by anything. You're moving on from something, but something certainly kept somebody up at night, replaying something over and over and over again. But here you are, the King of Swords. King of Swords energy is a person who is now wiser, more knowledgeable about a situation, and you're moving on. Learning how to move on from something. Your throat chakra is aligned. So you're saying to Source, thank you. Thank you that I'm away from certain things. I'm moving on from it. Heart can be tricky. We have the sword energy is connected to the element of air, which is connected to your heart chakra, right? And so you are not only forgiving yourself, but you're also forgiving other people, from your past. Some transformational power questions you can ask yourself to get your heart chakra back in alignment. You're really asking your subconscious mind, why? One is, why am I experiencing more love in my life? We're talking about agape love, eros love, everything in between. Why am I experiencing more love in my life? Self-love as well. And then also, why am I more forgiving to myself and others every day? Those are also questions that you're asking yourselves. So yeah, you are forgiving people in the past. You're also forgiving yourself. You weren't being played as a fool. You had to learn lessons. You got to ask yourself, what frequency was I on when I connected with certain people? That kind of energy, right? Because if you were hurting from something and they were hurting from something, that could have been the connection right there. Right? So we have the King of Swords. King of Swords came out in reverse. So somebody, it came out in reverse on one and it came out in upright on the other. Somebody is really kind of teetering between, I don't feel wise about a situation. I don't know what the purpose, why did I have to go through those things? And somebody who, like I said, who died is helping you through this. They're helping you through. So pay attention to those messages that are coming through dreams and however they're coming through. Here we have the Chariot card. So somebody is the Chariot card is about a person who is when it's upright, you're weighing the pros and cons of a situation. This can be real tricky because there's a lot of overthinking in this situation here. We have the Ten of Wands. A lot of fire energy, a lot of air energy. We have the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of temptation there. You may have temptation all around you to keep going back down memory lane. And we got the Eight of Cups. I see eventually somebody moving on from this, but it's eventually, please. So again, Source is sending somebody who has died, physically left this, if body laid to rest, spirit has left, who is going to be the energies that's going to send messages through to you. It's going to send some clear messages through to you. So please pay attention because Mercury is not retrograde. It is just post shadow. So you're going to have to really pay attention. So if you have dreams about certain people, places, and things that only they would know how to get the message through to you, please pay attention. Here we have the Seven of Wands. I see you eventually being able to defend your position, to move on from something without coming across as defensive. Part of the reason why something can be so difficult for somebody to heal from, because for somebody it could feel like this Chariot card in reverse could feel like somebody messed up your marriage, both romantically, and could have messed up your business, also business marriages as well. So, Gemini, be very careful about the energies that are trying to attach themselves to your legacy. Because when somebody is mourning the death of a loved one, mourning the death of a marriage, mourning the death of a business, it's like that mourning is very, very tricky. One day you can seem like you fine to everybody, then the next day you could be spinning out of control. So be very careful, because we got the King of Swords here upright and in reverse, which could give somebody a false sense of power. You know that you're a powerful person, but some days you feel like, okay, I've given all my power away. I feel like a fool in certain things, but you don't. I'm just sending really good positive energy you guys' way, because when I look at these cards right here, somebody has really been through something really terrible. And again, as much as you may want to talk about something because it's heavy on somebody's mind, there's a lot of sword energy here. There's like somebody really wants to take some kind of action and may have already taken some like heated discussions about some things. Source is giving some. Source is going to have to send in like a heavy hitter, like somebody that you'll respect their voice, you'll respect their energy coming through a dream or coming through some kind of a download. Somebody's going to respect something that's coming from that's going to help you with this, but nothing is yet set in stone. Nothing is yet set in stone. Like I said, Source is really trying to get somebody some time to turn that Chariot card upright. Trying to give you some time to change direction here. Be patient with your own spiritual growth through a process, through something you're going through, to kind of sort of warm up to an idea of just moving beyond, something that, multiple things that could have ended. Multiple things that could have ended. Here we have take some deep breathing, some deep breaths. Just know that there's some people, like I said, I'm sending some good energy you guys' way, some good vibrations you guys' way, because it looks like somebody has really, really been through it. And just know that I'm not the only person that's sending good vibrations your way, Geminis. Hopefully you all in receiving mode of it. Like I said, you got ancestors all around you that's protecting you, trying to help you through a process. Let's see what else we have here. 222. I am balanced. That's right. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. Words, feelings, and actions. Let's close this out with an affirmation card and let's move on. So yeah, there's a lot of temptations all around you. That Seven of Cups. See how this person looks like they're at a club, like they're tempted to just, indulge in all kinds of unhealthy stuff because something like major things are over, in your life. And if you have some kind of impact on your community and the world at large, again, this is talking about legacy. What do you want your legacy to be? Here we have affirmations for confidence. I matter. I am kind. I act in spite of fear. I keep the promises I make to myself. My voice matters. Someone needs to hear it. My tribe wants me to succeed. I allow doubt to float away with ease. That is what I have for you, Geminis. I will see you all on Motivational Monday. All right. And like I said, I'm sure I gave you guys the questions. Let me go through the questions again for the Moon and Leo, just in case. because looking at the reading is very concerning to me. As I'm looking at the reading here, I want to make sure I didn't miss the questions. So the first question that we have coming up for this full moon in Leo that's on the 5th of February is one. Do you connect to your core, your center daily? That would be like taking some kind of courageous action. That could be like learning a new language. That could be traveling by yourself. That could be doing yoga, core strengthening exercises, things like that. Second question is, how do you express your creative side? Third question is your current wardrobe really expressing who you are? Fourth question is, do you protect your energy and time by politely saying no to requests and invitations that are not aligned to your being? Like I said before, if people around you are trying to get you to go back down memory lane, because you usually just kind of go with the flow, you have to decide, nah, that doesn't align with where I am right now. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to be triggered by something that happened in the past. And then last but not least is, could you create more time and space for self-exploration and self-expression? Those are the questions that I have for you. You can jot those down. Anybody who wants to write them down, I can pin them to the top of the video for anybody who wants to know. But that's what I have for you, Geminis. Take good care of your mental health and your physical health as you move forward. But please try not to get into any heated discussions about something that happened in the past where it ends up taking a toll on your legacy. Okay? You may not think about that. I mean, that may not, because somebody's in the midst of something right now, and that may not even be at the forefront of your mind as your legacy. But remember, looking at the cards here, there could be kids or grandkids involved too, and that's something that somebody really wants to be mindful of as well. But that's what I have for you. I will see you all on Motivational Monday. And this video is for the 29th of January through the 28th of February. So again, I'll see you on Motivational Monday. Bye.